Hello, my darlings. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, hello. My name is Emily, the Lupine Witch of Dark Ether Transcendence. If you've been following me for some time, welcome back. I'm grateful that you're here, new, or you've been here some time. I'm just grateful that you are here. It is Monday, and like every Monday, we are going to pull some cards for our twin flame darlings out there. We're going to see what's going on with the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine. Now, if you are new here, my reads are not just to help you look at your counterpart, okay? Because that's going to keep you stuck in pain loops. If you are simply just focusing on the external and what's going on in the 3D, you're going to remain stuck in the pain loops and the repeating patterns, and you will never be able to come into physical union. My reads are designed to help you be able to not only kind of see what your counterpart is going through, but to use that as a mirror for yourself. We all have divine masculine and divine feminine energies within us. The whole point of the twin flame journey is to come into union with yourself first. Okay, you have to bring your inner masculine and feminine energy together into union first for physical union to manifest in a harmonious, balanced way. Okay, because I am aware, sometimes we already got our first card here that popped out. Sometimes twin flames can live together, right? Before they are in union. But once again, this is before they are in union within themselves. So there will be a lot of chaos and issues going on in the relationship in the 3D, because this is reflecting back to both counterparts that neither one of them is in union within. Okay, so I am acknowledging, maybe you live with your twin flame, maybe you have kids, whatever. You're like, but I'm in physical union with them. No, you physically live with them, but you're not in union with them because you're not in union with yourself. And again, my reads are designed to help you come into union with yourself, and also giving you the glimpse into what your counterpart is going through so it can be mirrored back to you on what you need to look at within, what is kind of going on within you, right? Because sometimes things can be going on and you don't always see the mirror right away. And I've had that with my counterpart as well. So if that is you, and there's no need, don't feel ashamed, don't feel embarrassed, right? If you can't see the mirror, that's okay. That's why I do this work, is to help you come into union with yourself. And also giving you the ability, again, to hold space and see what your counterpart is going through in the 3D. Okay, so very first card we have here, this is for both of our counterparts, both counterparts at this time, the energies as well, as I said. There is something that is in motion here, something that has been worked on for some time. There's been a lot of energy and intent put into this. There is motion happening here. There is a new beginning happening for the divine masculine and the divine feminine. That's a beautiful, strong way to start off this read. Okay, let's see. We're going to start off with our masculine like we usually do. What's going on with the masculine here? What's going on with our divine masculine? Oh, okay. We're just going, okay. 10 of upright. Masculines have really been working on letting go of the thought forms, the programs that has kept them away from themselves. Okay, the self-hatred and all that. They really have been working on this and realizing the whole journey is about loving yourself, right? You really can't, you're not going to accomplish a whole lot if you're hating on yourself and judging yourself and shaming yourself. So masculines really have been stepping into this higher consciousness, this higher awareness that it is all about love. It is all about love, okay? Oh, of course. Next card we have the Faith card. Yep. Masculines are seeing at this time, it's all about trusting in the process. It's all about trusting in the process. There is nothing else. You cannot force things. You cannot control everything, right? We really can't control anything. You know what I mean? We can only control ourselves to even a certain degree, right? Like how we think and how we respond to things, right? But most things are really out of our control. And they're seeing this. They're realizing it's about trusting in the process, having that faith, not letting fear overtake them. Yep. 5 of fire upright. They have made the choice and they see that they have a choice to make. Okay. They can choose to be in the old way, which is, self-loathing and hatred and division and trying to control and trying to have the reins tightly and, all of that, right? That's one option. Or The next option is to let go, to surrender, to have faith in the process. Okay, they really have. There's been an activation that the masculine has gone through recently. And once again, this is for the counterpart and the internal energy, okay? They see now that they've always had this choice of loving themselves, and this is what they have decided on. Now, if you are seeing this, right, and maybe you have noticed, you know, especially with your external counterpart, that they haven't stepped up yet, they haven't stepped up. That's okay. They're still being presented with this option, okay? The masculine is still being presented with this option. For some of them, depending on the level of awareness, okay, within them, even if they are aware, and there's no judgment if they haven't chosen to let faith guide them, okay? I am hearing right now from Spirit, for those that have been fighting the process, they have continuously been choosing the same old, okay? They have hit rock bottom, and they are now realizing, oh, maybe the only thing I have left to do is to have faith, is to love myself, is to go within myself, okay? So they have received this activation, okay? What else do we need for our masculine at this time with this update? Okay, masculine and feminine energies reverse. They are still working on, it's like the spiritual side is what I'm hearing. They're still trying to figure out how to bring their inner masculine and inner feminine together, okay? And this is all, once again, this is all just about, like, it's like I'm hearing, like, how do I let my intuition guide me when the old way has always been being in the mind, okay? And this actually makes a lot of sense to me, because I personally, once again, my reads are not just about your counterpart, it's about the inner energies going on within. I have been noticing this within myself, and I've been noticing it with my masculine, my external masculine, right? There has been this sense of needing to surrender the old way of letting it go. But there's a part of the ego, okay, that has been like, but this is how it's always done. And so there is this sense of, like, almost like a fear of faith here, but I am hearing Spirit say, like, masculine realizes the way that it's been doing things hasn't been in alignment. And that's what they're seeing here. There's deep activations taking place. We did just have the 7-7 portal as well. We have a couple of planets that are retrograde right now. So this energy here is really them just, like, I'm literally seeing, like, pulling things together, like multiple strings being pulled together slowly, almost like sewing or crochet or knitting, like when you're pulling it all together and you can see how all this stuff comes together. That's kind of what I'm seeing there. Okay, and this, once again, that energy here of, like, something has been put in motion. This is a new beginning. This is a new way of thinking, letting go of the imbalanced way of doing things. And there is a little bit of fear here I'm picking up on, okay, because this is something we as a collective have not seen since the time of Atlantis and Lemuria, right? Of really trusting in the feminine and realizing that it is about surrender. It is about having faith. You know, most of us, we are conditioned into, you gotta struggle, you gotta hustle, you gotta be a boss bitch, you gotta do this, it's all about control, be in fear, be in anxiety, do this, do that. But that's why nothing ever works out correctly, right? Is because you have such a death grip on everything, and that chokes out the blessings that are trying to come in. What you're trying to manifest, you're literally cutting it off because it can't get through. It's like blood flow, almost like I'm seeing a vein that's clogged. Okay. Eventually over time, that's going to cause a lot of problems, right? And so that's what I'm seeing is, like, this vein that's being clogged. But now it's, like, slowly but surely letting go, and that flow is starting to come through. Is there anything else for the masculine that we need to know at this time for this check-in today? Anything else for our masculine? I really am hearing Spirit say masculine is really surrendering to the feminine, surrendering to the universe, surrendering to a new way of creation, a new way of being, a new way of action, okay? This new beginning of how to create. Is there anything else for our divine masculine. For some, this is really, there's a struggle here. Okay. Yep. Okay. Nine of Air, right. Raising consciousness. And I saw 1010 on my timer as I pulled this card. Okay. The raise in consciousness, the raise in awareness, realizing how everything is connected. I am going to point out this is a feminine figure. Once again, that message of really learning how to trust in the feminine. Trust in the surrender, the flow, the love that the feminine provides, okay? That raise in consciousness that is taking place. Now we're going to look at our divine feminine. What's going on with our divine feminine right now? Heaven, Earth, reverse. Not surprised that this card is reversed, guys, because we had masculine, feminine reverse. These cards mirror each other. Okay, feminines are really... What I hear with this card, it's like there's a lesson that is going to connect everything together that is being learned at this time for the feminine. This is about how the spiritual and the physical are connected, okay? Heaven, earth, right? The masculine and the feminine, how everything is connected. This, once again, is connected to that new way of viewing things, the new way of doing things in the material world. This is connected directly to manifestation and how the feminine is moving through the material world. Obviously I'm going to pull a few more cards here, but there's something else that wants to come through with that card. I'm just going to leave that open. This really is about manifesting, how to move through the world, being so connected to the spiritual, how to create from this new place of being, this place that has never been before, never been stepped into before. Okay, the crone reversed. Letting go of people pleasing, letting go of the old way of being. I'm hearing standing in their power. I am being told that I need to pull my book for this. There's something that the guides want highlighted here, so that's what we're going to do. And if you're new here, I only pull my book out if my guides tell me that there's something specific that they want highlighted here, like a specific phrase or specific words, okay? And so that's what we're doing. If I could find my thingy-majigger real quick. Okay. Okay, yeah. Connection to shadow self was the first thing that I saw. Next thing I'm seeing is it is time to fight back. Do not be afraid. But this is part of how the feminine is creating, is tapping into the shadow self and this new way of how to create in the material world. And that's why my guides wanted me to pull my book for this, is to emphasize it's like fighting back against how you have always been. Okay, sorry guys, I have like a hair that's tickling my chest. The old way of doing things, once again, has always been hustle, be in worry, be stressed, you know, feed the beast, basically, with your pain and your fear and being out of balance and out of alignment. Like, that's how a lot of people live their lives. It's constant survival mode. But twin flames, there's definitely been a collective activation, especially for our twin flames. And I'm hearing this came with the new moon in Cancer on the 5th. Okay, that's what this is that we're seeing here. This new way of creation, of letting go of trying to force everything, trying to control everything, like just being in the flow. And whatever happens is what happens. There is a call here to surrender. Okay, there is a call here to surrender. And once again, that message of just like going to war with yourself. Like, this is with the old version of yourself, and feminines are really tapped into this at this time, very connected to the spiritual realm of these high density, high vibrational activations that are going on, that's leading this new way of consciousness. That's what this is. It's a new way of consciousness. It's a new way of being. And once again, that energy of like, that fear of letting go of like, oh, this is how we've always done it. You worry, you stress, you fear, you know, but I feel like a lot of feminines are very tired. And I've actually had that with myself, okay, as the external representation of the divine feminine with my twin flame connection. I realized I'm very tired with being in that state of, oh, now I got to manifest more money. Oh, now I got to do this. Now I got to do that. I'm exhausted of doing, got to manifest, got to visualize, got to do this. And I have just let go. I'm like, you know what? The money comes, the money comes. If the money doesn't come, the money doesn't come. If this comes, then it comes. If this doesn't, I have let go completely. And I'm surrendering fully to the process, which is exactly how everything I've been trying to manifest and nothing's been coming to fruition because I've been holding on, right? That artery's been clogged there. I'm like, no, I'm done. Right? And so that's what we're seeing here. Letting go of the old way and proving to yourself the matrix way no longer works. It never really worked to begin with, right? But especially for twin flames, we're very high vibrational. And when you go from being a carbon-based being to a crystalline-based being, okay, the carbon-based where you're holding a lot of density and the trauma and the wounding, right? It makes you heavier in your energy field. But as you begin to heal, you're clearing out that trauma, okay, your DNA gets activated. You literally are lighter because you're letting go of that dense, heavy, yuck energy, and it transforms you into a crystalline-based being. We can no longer apply the carbon-based way of living when we're crystalline beings. And that's what's happening here. We're stepping into the crystalline way of manifesting, the crystalline way of thinking, the crystalline way of creation, right? But this is very, very new. And so I'm literally seeing this. There's some shakiness because, oh, this is really new. I don't know how to do, and guys, I don't know how to do this. I'm just trusting in what my guides are telling me and what the cards are saying. Of just let go. Let go. Think big. Okay. You are so powerful and you're so creative and you're so imaginative. The old way of just doing things, of hustle, bustle, go to work, do this, do that, like, it's not working anymore. It never worked to begin with. When you take imagination and the fun and play out of things start to fall apart very quickly, right? What else is going on with our feminine? Knowledge reversed, yeah. Oh yeah, literally, what did I just say, guys? Letting go of the carbon-based way of living, letting go of that old knowledge. It served at one point. Right? It served at one point, but now it no longer does. And feminines are really seeing this. And I'm hearing feminines are anchoring from the spiritual realm down into the physical. And that's why the masculines are feeling this too. Okay. We're all the inner energies, the counterparts, okay, are trying to figure out how to navigate this new way of being. And there's no books on this, really. Not that I've ever heard of. It's all about you finding your flow. Okay, but the feminines are really pulling down from the spiritual realm, this crystalline energy, and trying to figure out again, how do I bring it into the physical? And I'm hearing it is all about trusting, letting go and trusting. Like, we really have spent so long in this illusion, this amnesia, this asleepness, that the only way you can create is by suffering. And the only way you can create and manifest is by, holding on super tight and choking it out. And now this energy coming through is like, no, that is not how you do this. If you really want to do it, that's the hard way. You can try to do it the hard way and you may get some results, but you're not going to get the results that you're really wanting. Okay? You're not going to get the results that you're really desiring. And so you have to let go. I can't make it up if I tried. Death and rebirth are right, baby. What did I just say? It's about letting go of the old. That is exactly what's happening. And so there is a sense of pressure here. I'm literally hearing the song Under Pressure from freaking Queen. Let's shout out Freddie Mercury just a second. Anytime he pops in, in my healing or in reads, we gotta acknowledge the queen, you know, all hail Freddie Mercury, man. Under pressure. There's this sensation of being under pressure because this is so new, really letting go of the old way, the pain way, the carbon-based way of creation, and just surrendering to magic. That's what the universe is saying, surrendering to magic. And that's why the feminines may be feeling this more intensely than masculines at this time, because once again, we are so connected to the spiritual realm. We're pulling all this stuff down. We're grounding it in ourselves first. Okay, this is for like the external. Okay, we're grounding it in ourselves first, and then it kind of trickles over to the masculine, and then they have their reaction, right? About just surrendering and going with the flow, taking action from a place of flow. This new beginning, the Ace of Fire, which was the first card that we had that popped out for both counterparts. This new beginning. This is a big reset. This is a big reset. Is there anything else for our divine feminines that we need to hear at this time? Anything for this check-in that will assist in this read and for those that are seeing this? Anything else? Anything else? Anything else? The scribe. Okay. Feminines may be really heavy into journaling. This is about, once again, pulling down that spiritual energy into the physical. Okay, there may be a lot of journaling going on at this time. A lot of, it's like writing, I'm seeing writing things down, but this is not from a place of like manifestation techniques, like, oh, write it 100 times and da-da-da. This isn't from that. This is, I want to pull a clarification. I want to get a little more info on the scribe up right here. This is like hearing spell casting, and that may trigger some of you. Okay, Nine of Water reversed. It's like this energy, there's a sense of fear. And I know I've been kind of mentioning that this sense, a little bit of fear, a little bit of anxiety of this new way of being, right? The old ways are exhausted. They are not working anymore. Okay, and so it is requiring that full surrender, the death and rebirth, okay, but there's a little bit of hesitancy to this new start. This is connected to the ego, okay? But what is happening, okay, I'm seeing like feminines are pulling down the spiritual light codes, and I'm seeing like writing out, it's like writing out, why am I afraid of this? Why? What have I been holding on to from the old? What am I afraid to let go of? There's something about writing out these worries so they, like, feminines really can process this. Okay, and once again, the feminine is emotion and intuition. Okay, so there's processing of this emotion to allow the opening for this death and rebirth to run more smoothly. Is there anything else concerning that message that we need to know to better assist the feminine, external, internal, with this process of grounding this new energy? Heavy emphasis on grounding this new energy. Actually, I'm gonna re-say or kind of reword what I just said. What needs to be done at this time to ground this energy? Is there anything else, like how to ground all this in, clear out the anxiety, the worry of this new way of being? Spirit, what do you need to recommend to make this new beginning run more smoothly? Okay, yep, okay. 5 of Earth reversed. Be honest with yourself about where your fears are. Don't get tricked into like quick fixes is what I'm hearing. There's something here about quick fixes. And this could be the old way of holding on. Like, once again, there's something coming up here about the old manifestation techniques. Like, oh, write it down 100 times or visualize it or do, which like those things are nice to do, right? But when I think there's been, once again, this word of chokehold on creation. Like, I have to do these things. If I don't do them, then my manifestations won't come true and my union won't happen. And you got to let go of that old way of being. It's almost, give me a little more clarification. This 5 of Earth reversed. Because it's like, I can feel that there's something more to it, but there's like a block. Maybe for some of you, this is with your speaking. Something here is going on with the throat chakra, and I'm not really sure what that is. Could be fear of speaking your reality into existence. Okay, 4 of Fire reversed. Guides say they want me to pull my book for that, so that's what we're going to do. What do you need to emphasize with the 4 of Fire reversed here? Okay. Spirit is warning to not fall back into the old ways of doing things. You got to let go of how you've been trying to manifest, especially if you realize it's not working and you're tired, right? If you don't let this go, your creation, what you're trying to create with you and your counterpart, inner union, money, business, whatever, okay, and it's probably rippling out to all areas of your life. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Give me one more card here. Guidance for... Oh. I didn't even see you sitting there. Okay. 4 of Earth reversed. There's something here about solid foundation. Like, some of you don't have a solid foundation because you've been gripping so tightly on these techniques. And my guides are saying they want me to pull my book again for this, so that's what we're going to do, okay? Something they want emphasized. First thing, desire to rush. Okay, that's why. Okay. Letting go of the old. Not doing so is going to continue to hinder. You're going to keep choosing the old way. What did we have coming up for the masculine, right? The option, you can do things the old way or you can do things in a new way. You just got to surrender. You have to go through this death and rebirth process that's taking place, okay? You got to let go of the old way of doing things, but don't rush this, okay? If you are finding at this time, oh, I want to just let go, I want to just surrender, I want, you know, baby steps. Depending on what level you are at with your ascension process, and this is what Spirit is saying, depending on what level you're at with your ascension process, some of this will be easier for you, and some of you will have a little more of, what's the word I'm looking for here? A longer integration period, okay? And this is because, once again, this is like, the ones who are going to have this easier, I'm hearing is for those that have been on the journey a little bit longer, those that have been really leading the way. And that's how it works with anything, guys, okay? Like twin flames, collective awakening, there are different layers, different levels, okay? And the ones that, let's say they're at level 5, and then there are those that are at level 8. Level 5 is going to kind of go a little quicker than level 8 because they're leading the way. It's all just a ripple effect, right? You touch the water and it ripples out, right? That's all this is it's rippling out. So if you are finding that like, oh, I just want to have everything. I want. Let go of I want. You already have it. Everything resides within you. Don't rush this process. Okay? Don't rush this process. You're going to get to this point where you will finally trust, surrender, and find that faith in this new way of being. Okay? But you are, all of us, myself included, you're going to go through the worry. You're going to go through the anxiety, right? Even I had that a few days ago. And I really had to sit with that. I was like, my ego was very loud, like, but this is how we've always done things, is we hustle and we bust our butt and we do this and we do that. Like, that's the only way you can do it. But my higher self was like, just because you've always done it that way doesn't mean you have to continue to do it that way, which is also part of the spiritual ascension process, right? Just because something's always been done in a certain way doesn't mean that it needs to continue to be done in that way, especially if it's no longer yielding results or desired results of what you want. You can't rush the process. Let it unfold naturally. Okay, continue when you catch yourself, oh, I gotta hustle, oh, I gotta do this, oh, I gotta fear, oh, I gotta stress, oh, I gotta try to do this. Just continue to pull yourself back and be like, no, I'm gonna trust in this new process. I acknowledge where I've got some fear. I'm gonna put fear in the back seat. We're gonna put the ego in the back seat. We're gonna go slow. Okay, we're gonna go slow. There's no need to rush. Let the lessons integrate. If you don't let those lessons integrate to get to that point where full trust, full surrender, full faith is your number one way of being now, right? You're bypassing things, and it's going to make things so much harder. Okay, so don't rush. Just continue to work on letting go of the old, okay? So that way you don't fall into that trap again. I say trap loosely. Everything is a lesson, right? Of, oh, things are manifesting again. It's all just about baby steps, okay? So if you're seeing this read, you are part of this new way of being, this crystalline way of being. And it's going to take a little bit of time to get used to that, because none of us have ever done this before. I've never done this before. I don't know. I'm just going with the flow with you guys, okay? That's all it is. We're all in this together, okay? But there's definitely a new beginning here going on for the inner energies, the counterparts, the collective as a whole. This is a massive shift. Okay. For some of you, I am hearing this last message before I end this read. You may be met with people around you that try to pull you back into that fear. Okay. That try to pull you back into your old way of being. Gotta hustle, gotta bustle, gotta be afraid, gotta be stressed, gotta do this, gotta do that. Ignore it. And they may question you, okay? Why aren't you stressed? Why aren't you worried? Why aren't you me, right? And you can simply say, because that doesn't serve me anymore. What does stressing do? That saying of like, stress doesn't change. It doesn't take anything away or doesn't change your problems. It just takes away today's peace, something like that, And I've had to do that and be like, I'm not going to stress. That's all I've ever done. I gotta stress, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. I'm tired of doing that. I'm gonna try a new way. Yes. Am I nervous? Yeah. Am I a little scared? Yeah. Not gonna lie. I've never done this before. I've never been in this place before. But I'm going to embrace the unknown. I'm going to embrace the death and rebirth process that is taking place. You can acknowledge that you're uncomfortable. It's okay to acknowledge that. Growth is uncomfortable. Okay? But this is where we are. Just embrace it. Oh, I'm uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable with this new way. But I'm gonna trust. I'm gonna put some trust here. And I'm gonna give myself grace. And just go slow. And let everything unfold in divine time. Because I know the universe has me. I know everything I need, want, desire, require. It's already mine. The whole point is to just let go. You don't have to do all the manifestation techniques. You don't have to stress and worry and fear and... You've been doing that. It's never worked. It's never going to work. It's not working. So why not try another way? That's the whole point of this read. The new beginning. It's time to trust the new beginning. This is a big new beginning. But it's okay. All right? So, with that said, I hope this read resonates with you. Again, if you feel called to book a personal reading with me to help you on your journey, hop on over to my website, shoot me an email. Also, if you feel called, you enjoy my work, I do have my own Patreon that I'm slowly adding more videos to, okay? So if you would like to join my Patreon community and get more kind of exclusive reads, things that I can't say on the interweb here, right? Because, word police and all that, right? I can more freely kind of say certain things and talk to you guys about certain things. You can hop on over to my Patreon and subscribe there. And as always, I'm very proud of you guys. Keep going with the flow. You've got this. Everything's right on schedule. Embrace the uncomfortableness that's going on. And know that you're going to get through it. You're going to get through it just fine. Okay? So, with that said, I love you guys. Take care of yourselves. Make sure to eat your fruits and veggies, drink your water, get out and get some sunshine, move your body. You're just a little plant with little phalanges. Okay? Just take care of yourselves. Continue to choose the path of love. Always. It totally will change your life, I promise. I know. I know. I love you all. Thank you for being here at this time on this planet. Thank you for doing this sacred work. I see you. I really, really, truly do. And with that said, I will talk to you guys later.